Hello everybody! Today is younger looking skin in 30 minutes a day. So why is skincare so important to healthy aging? So that's what we're going to talk about. And then how do you do 30 minutes a day and have the best skin of your life? So that's what we're doing. Hi everybody, I'm going to let you start coming on. Good morning. I'm sorry I'm late. It's been one of those days. So hi everybody. Okay, today I am taking on a lot of my critics. I have people that actually follow me specifically to criticize, and I feel like, you know, this is the 21st century, and healthy aging and aging gracefully looks very different to various people. So this episode is about why skincare is so important to healthy aging. Hi, India. Before I get started, I want to announce the winners from last week. So we've got the Live Young Fiberling. I had 3 winners. It was Preppy Angel 10, Little Moon Shop, and TRUNS 67. So send me your mailing addresses and I'll pop this in the mail. Okay, you guys, for those of you who don't know me, my name is Darnell Cox. I'm a 55-year-old healthy aging specialist and gerontologist. I have certifications in holistic nutrition and health coaching. I'm a 500-hour yoga instructor. There's a lot going on here. And the interesting thing about my site is that I basically touch on all different kinds of things that are healthy aging. And when I looked at my feed before this show started, I specifically wanted to see what is my feed showing people, because it's only on the skincare stuff that I'm being totally attacked. So when I look at my feed, it's about microneedling my knees, organic, how do you shop organic on a budget? What are some of the remedies for hair loss? How to curb your cravings? How to boost your metabolism through weight training? Deciphering food labels, how to reduce your meat intake, what is microcurrent? Let's talk fat loss with Natalie Jill. So that's just the last 9 or so on my feed. And a lot of you guys, when you see me posting something on skincare and just getting attacked, a lot of you guys have come to the rescue and started, you know, engaging with people about this. But it's a really interesting topic because we're all supposed to, you know, take care of our hearts and take care of our lungs and take care of our muscles to age gracefully. Yet when we start addressing our skin, which is our largest organ, and it's our outward facing organ, so it's that organ that we hold some of our self-esteem in, right? It's the organ that we present to the world. Yet when we directly address this, either through Botox or microneedling or skincare or whatever, there's the people that say like, oh, you should age gracefully. Well, I think we need to redefine what aging gracefully actually means, because in my world, I'm aging as gracefully as a ballerina in some major touring company, because it's in my control. I know what I'm doing, right? So I'm doing things that not only take care of my insides, like making sure that I'm having optimal nutrition, I'm sleeping well, I'm grounding, I'm meditating, I'm doing all of those things on my insides to help me live longer, right? Not only the number of years on the planet, but the number of healthy years. I'm expanding that health span so that I'm free of disability and wait, there's no question chat, sorry. I thought somebody had a question. So I'm free of disability right up until the end. That's the goal in healthy aging, right? And there's a lot of scientists that talk about all of this stuff. They talk about what is the way to extend our life, right? Whether it's through supplementation, whether it's through biohacks, various ways to take care of our major organs in our body. But nobody is really addressing how do you do that and look and feel your best throughout your whole lifespan. How do you do that? And that's an inside out, outside in approach, right? What are we doing to our insides in terms of optimal health? And then what are we doing to our outside? Somebody just said, you got it going, girl. Those critics can go wrinkle up. Here's the thing. To me, aging gracefully does not include putting your head in the sand and stumbling and bumbling, and all of a sudden you wake up in your 50s and you're like, what the hell happened? I'm 20 pounds overweight. My diet is shit. I'm drinking too much alcohol. I'm not sleeping. My hormones are all over the place. To me, that's not aging gracefully. That's in denial, putting our head in the sand, and not really respecting this one vessel that we're given. We have one shot at this, you guys. No, we don't have a spare body in the closet. Maybe, in the future, you can just walk into some machine and zap it and everything is great. But that's not what we're dealing with right now. And age creeps up on you slowly, and then all of a sudden. And aging gracefully, to me, does not mean letting yourself go, not focusing on the outside, because what happens to the 30-year-olds who are, most of my critics are they're not at that age yet where there is a disconnect between what you see in the mirror and what you feel on the inside, right? There's not that disconnect, and there's still things that there's age-related milestones that they still have to face when you're in your 30s. I'm 55 years old. I've gone through a lot of different milestones in my life, but this is part of the whole healthy aging process. When we're younger, when we're 12, we want to be 13, right? Because we want to be a teenager. When we're 17, we can't wait to be 18 because then we could do whatever. We could vote, We're 20, we want to be 21 because it gives us the right to drink. And there's all of these milestones that continue from adolescence all the way up until like 30. You hit that dirty 30, right? And after that, it's age-related milestones. It's 40, it's the big 50, it's the 60, it's the 65. It's all of these different milestones, but they're not associated with something exciting, right? They're not associated with something exciting. When somebody's 15, they want to turn 16 because they want to have that driver's license. When you're 55, what do you have to be excited about to turn 56, right? What do I have excited about to turn every year? And so it's in this quest to be excited about that following year that not only do you have to look at aging from the inside and psychologically what happens when you have that disconnect, right? Have you ever walked by like a department store window and you see your reflection in the mirror and you think like, wow, or you see a photo of yourself and you're like, wow, I'm getting older, or it's showing in my skin, or what happened to my waist? What happened to my waist over the last decade? These are real things that people deal with. And the interesting thing is you can put up on social media how to get your abs back, all the exercise routines, how to diet and have optimal nutrition and what you should be eating. All of this stuff can go up without a lot of criticism, but the second you start dealing with your skin, right, the largest organ that we have, all of a sudden all the critics come out and say you should age gracefully. What does that mean to you? What does aging gracefully mean to you? Because I'm telling you what it means to me. It does not mean putting your head in the sand and waiting to turn old and just letting it happen slowly, all at once. Aging gracefully to me means that you are educated and aware of what is going on with your body, this one vessel, what is going on with your skin, and then what do you do to address it? And maybe that decision to address it is, I'm not going to be somebody that does Botox. I'm not going to be somebody that has a facelift. I'm going to just let my outsides go. That's great. That's on you. That's your decision to do that. But it's the turning over and criticizing older people who are on this platform that really you're setting yourself up to be discriminated against by your own self. Because if we're all lucky, we're all going to be little old wrinkled ladies or men, right? That's a privilege to be able to do that. So that's kind of what I wanted to talk about today is, you guys, if you look at my feed, I'm all over the place because I'm a gerontologist and a healthy aging coach. That's what I do. So tomorrow I'm going to microneedle my whole face on camera. So at 11 o'clock, I hope to see you guys all back here. We're going to microneedle my whole face. And so if you have a Dr. Pen, which I'm going to be using with my schedule, make sure.
I'm going to train up and live on a lot of these Instagrams.
Oh, that's weird.
Are people seeing you?
Yeah. Are you guys, everybody's here, right? There's 44. Yeah, I think so. I don't know. Let's see. You might want to refresh. My husband just said I'm not on his live. Yes, I'm not really sure why, but you guys are here. I don't know. You guys are here. Okay, so skin is our largest organ. That is why I do talk about skin a lot. It is associated with our self-esteem. So for me to put my best skin forward is the same thing as taking care of my heart. It's the same thing as getting in the gym and lifting weights, because we start losing muscle mass at the age of 30. So this is, okay, somebody says I'm on. Okay, I now see my husband. Okay. So it is an inside out, outside in approach. I don't have, I don't have a giveaway this week. I should have done that. Shoot, I should have done that. I can give away some more Fiber Lean if you guys want. If you guys want, I'm telling you, this really helps with weight loss and really helps to curb your cravings, really helps to fill you up. We had 3 winners last week, and I can give you those winners again. The winners were Little Moon Shock, which is actually is one of my subscribers in the Live Young Club. So congratulations, I'll send this to you. Preppery Angel 10 and TRUNS 67. I'll reach out to you guys and get your mailing address. But if you want to be in the drawing for this again, you can invite 3 people with that little arrow. And then once I post it to my site, you can tag 3 more people. Okay, anybody have any questions at all? And I want to just talk about the connection between what we look like and what we feel, right? And what we do with the day. So and I try to equate skin, the health of the skin, with the same thing as like, the health of the heart, the health of the lungs. You're doing everything like that. But when nobody walks out into the world and says, look at my healthy heart, right? But people notice our skin, and what you do on your insides shines through your skin. So if you are eating optimally healthy, if you are having a bunch of superfoods, if you are incorporating supplements, if you're grounding, if you're dealing with your stress, you're having stress relief, if you're meditating, if there's all of these different things that we can do to biohack our bodies into functionally acting and behaving like it did when it was younger, right? If we're losing muscle mass, we can get into the gym and lift weights and build that muscle mass back. That's a way to trick our bodies. When we're dealing with the skin, the same thing is true. We're doing little things in terms of skincare and tricking our skin into behaving like it did when it was younger. When we feel good about what we look like on the outside, when we like that reflection in the mirror, that changes what you do with your day. It changes what you do with your day. If you feel like, listen, I don't have my head in the sand. I am taking care of myself with self-care as best as I can. I'm taking care of my heart. I'm taking care of my brain. I'm taking care of my metabolic health. I'm sleeping well. I'm also doing effective skincare so that I'm putting my best skin forward. When you're doing that, when you're proud of what you're doing, and for you, not looking at your neighbor's paper, not trying to figure out like, gosh, I look old compared to 20 years ago. Well, yeah, because you're 20 years older, but you're still taking care of your skin and doing the best that you can. It changes what you do with your day. And if you don't believe me, if you equate it to like having a good hair day, when I have a good hair day, I want to film something. I want to create content, right? Or I want to get out there in the world and meet like a girlfriend for lunch. You're slipping on your jeans and all of a sudden like your jeans are like, whoa, my jeans just went on a little bit more comfortably. I must be doing something right in terms of my nutrition and the work that I'm doing in the gym. For you, if you know like, wow, I'm doing pretty good right now, it changes what you do with that day. You are far less likely to grab a quart of Ben & Jerry's and plop your ass down on the couch with Netflix. It changes what you do with your day, okay? So that part is important. Skin is important, and it has a function just like every other organ in our body. Our skin is our organ. It's our largest organ, and it's the one that faces outward. I had a question back here that I want to just scroll back and see. Happy Sunday, everybody. Hey girl, what's your best advice to help get rid of vinegar and mustard smell coming? Come on, you guys. I would go to the gynecologist. That would be that would be my suggestion. Okay. So you guys, this inside out, outside in approach, the goal is still healthy aging. It's still keeping you on the planet as long as possible and feeling and looking your best and functioning your youngest you, right? And that's what the goal is. It's not about looking like we did when we were 20. I've been there, I've done that. I don't like who I was when I was 20 in terms of like, my motivation and, just street smarts and all of that. I wouldn't go backwards if you paid me $1 million. Like, I love being 55. I like exactly where I am. I feel like this is probably the smartest that I've been in terms of accumulation of knowledge and the most, I would say definitely the most self-assured that I've ever been in my life. I'm comfortable in my skin, and not just because I'm doing stuff to make it look younger. I'm comfortable in my own skin. And so when we see people on social media that are in attack mode, if we see people on social media that are in attack mode for people that are doing what they consider to be their best choices for their skin, all we can do is treat them with kindness and shine some love and light on them, because I always feel that people that attack that, there's something else going on, and it makes me sad for them. And it also makes me know that like when they're literally setting themselves up to not be happy when they get to be older. Because it's a rude awakening, you guys. For those of you who are a little bit younger on here, when your hormones start changing in your mid-50s, when your hair starts thinning, when your metabolism dips and you start accumulating fat around the midsection, that's right, hurt people. That's absolutely true. I just want to let you guys know I've been misunderstood my whole life. There's not a lot somebody could say to me that would hurt me. But I do feel that is exactly true, that it's coming from a place of fear from the other people, from fear and hurt and depression or whatever it is. It's not coming from a place where this channel comes from. And this channel was designed literally to show people the journey and to show you that there's a different way to age. And aging gracefully can look very different to different people. Like I said, in terms of aging gracefully, I feel like I'm a freaking ballerina at this point, because I know exactly what's going on. My head's not in the sand. I'm addressing things, making sure that I'm taking care of this one vessel. That we're given. We're given one skin, we're given one body. What are you gonna do with it? Because what you do now, even if you're in your 20s, what you do right now is really going to dictate how you are functioning and looking when you're 30 and 40 and 50 and beyond, right? What are you doing right now? And so for those that, gosh, you should just age gracefully and what are you doing? Or I'll post something about skincare health and somebody will say, and Botox. Yeah, hello, I'm 55 years old. Botox is great, you guys. There's no shame in my game. I film everything that I do. It's up on YouTube. It's up here on this channel. It's on TikTok. You can find me and find everything that I do to look and feel this way at 55, having 3 grown children. My children are all in their 20s. And so I feel like, you guys, there's no way that somebody can say something to me that is going to make me feel like I'm on the wrong path, that I shouldn't be doing this. I know exactly what I should be doing. I've gone to school for this. I have a master's in psychology, which is why I understand the health of just the psychology of aging is so important. Somebody said, I can't wait to have Botox. If Botox done right can be completely preventative. So I'm due for Botox on Monday, but if you look at I'm gonna get right up in the camera, you guys. We get up close and personal here. If you look at my face, I'm 55. I have a little bit of a, what would you call it? A hive. I have a little hive over here going on. I think I ate a little too much dark chocolate last night. But at 55 years old, I'm due for Botox on Monday, okay? So my face can move and you can see wrinkles. You can see all of this, right? But when my face is relaxed, I don't have those lines that are etched. That's Botox. That's what Botox does. Botox is preventative, right? So at the age of 30 is when I started doing small amounts of Botox on my forehead and around the crow's feet. And what that does is it prevents your face from moving, right? Now, I don't do the whole frozen deer in the headlight look, but it does help to prevent that. Just in the same way that a silicone patch chest patch, which I sleep with every night, prevents the skin from moving from a side sleeper, right? If you turn over on your side, you'll get this. Here, look. You'll get this kind of wrinkle that happens at night if you're a side sleeper. And then in the morning, you'll see that they'll be etched like that for a while until it goes away. A silicone patch that keeps the skin taut like that while you're sleeping, no matter how you turn over on your side, it will be preventative in terms of wrinkles. That's the way that Botox works. When you inject it, yes, you can have muscle atrophy, but honestly, what muscles do you have up here that you really need to save, right? This is literally skull and a little bit of muscle, not really any fat and skin. So most of the places where I get Botox is very, very little muscle there. So I usually do it here around the eyes, in the bunny lines here, and on the neck, because these bands are really not pretty. So that's why I can tell when I need Botox when my neck starts. It's not really pretty. But when my neck starts doing that. So that's okay. People can get Botox if they want. How often do you do Botox? I want to say every 4 to 6 months, really. I mean, I really should aim for every 4 months, but it's about every 4 to 6 months. Thank you so much. Let's see, I'm gonna just go back and see if there was any questions. I know I've been using Botox and Retin-A since I was 28. That's about when I started doing, I think, retinoids in my mid 20s. Yeah, I started doing a prescription strength retinoid in my mid 20s. Now that I'm a little bit older, half that, I'm twice that age now. Now at 55, I'm letting my skin rest a little bit from really strong prescription Retin-A's, and I'm intermixing them with over-the-counter. So I'm really finding a lot of success in Deferin gel, which is adapalene, a third generation of tretinoin. So I'm really liking that because it's not irritating my skin. And then when I know that I've got an event coming up or something, I can just switch to that Deferin gel, and I'll know that I'm not gonna have the flakies, I'm not gonna have anything of that. And when I don't have something come up, then I'll hit it hard with the prescription strength retinoid. So all of that is just one of the numerous ways that I take care of my skin. Let's see, do you have any super good supplements or diet suggestions? I'm looking for a meal service to improve my diet to clean ingredients. I used to use a meal service just for a little while when I was toying around with being vegan. I forgot what it was. If you just DM me meal service, maybe I'll think about it. Maybe that'll come to my head before then. But it was just a way for me to let me see how can I fit in as many vegetables as possible. In terms of supplements, I do have my own supplement line. So if anybody is interested in this Fiberline, just DM me the word fiber. This really is great for weight management because it mitigates the way that the sugar hits your bloodstream. So if you've slipped and fell and found yourself face first into a bag of Doritos, I always say add fiber. Don't shy away from adding foods after you've had a really processed or heavy sugar meal or snack. Add some fiber and it slows down the way that sugar hits your bloodstream, and it's far less likely to be stored as fat. So if you're interested in this, just DM me the word fiber. And if you're interested in my supplement line, which I haven't talked about on here yet because I'm getting an expert from the manufacturer that I use to come on and explain what I've done with my supplement line. I've had a supplement line now for almost a decade that I don't really talk about, but I do put all of my one-on-one clients on my supplements. So I've kind of revamped them and That's coming out soon in a live. So I don't want to do too much on that, but if you are looking for supplements, DM me the word supplements and I'll shoot you over to that website. And if you're interested in fiber, this is great for the waistline. That's why it's called Fiber Lean. Just DM me the word fiber and I'll get you that link. Okay, let me see if there was anything else. It's a rude awakening, yes, because no one talks about aging. Nobody talks about aging, right? It's so bizarre to me. And I think that we're in such denial about what happens to us. We know what happens to our, it's all over what happens to our hearts, what happens to our waistlines, what happens to our muscle tone. And then we're just bombarded with manufacturers and big companies saying what we need to buy for our face, but nobody's really talking about what does that do to somebody who is used to looking a certain way their whole life, right? And then put your head in the sand. You don't like the way you really look in the mirror, but you're trying to do little things. And then all of a sudden you see yourself in a picture, or you see yourself, at a bad angle or something, and you realize, wow, this is what 55 looks like. This is what being a little past my prime for my skin looks like. Because if you're in your 50s, your best skin's in your 20s. At 25, we start that decline, that slow decline of collagen production by 1%, 1 to 3% really. If you factor in environmental factors, it's a 1 to 3% decline in collagen production starting at the age about 25. So think it's slow. You get to be 30, you might be having a family, things your career kind of takes you off course. You're not looking so much in the mirror. And then finally you wake up and you look in the mirror and you're like, oh my God, I need to cram for my finals. What happened? That's really hard for a lot of people. And there's a couple different ways that you can address that. Just like, when you go to the gym, if you're somebody who has let yourself go, you're 10, 20, even 10 pounds overweight from where you feel, not everybody else, where you are optimally functioning. I know what's the best weight for me. A doctor doesn't need to tell me that. I know what's the best weight for me. I know when I feel the best. Let's say you're about 10 pounds overweight and you decide, I'm going to go to a gym. I need to work out. I'm going to go to a gym. You know how hard it is for people to take that first step in the gym after they've let themselves go? You know what my clients say? I want to join a gym, but I want to get in shape first. I want to join a gym, but I want to get in shape first. Because that is a scary step. Stepping over the threshold when you don't know what you're doing, you don't feel good in your body. So you've got two choices, right? You do it anyways. You just make that decision and you do it anyways, or you turn around and go home and try to get in shape at home and do it privately. This is not the place for privacy right here. I put everything out there for you guys to see. There's nothing that somebody can say, oh, Botox, oh, this, oh, that I won't say, yep, nope, sorry, you're wrong there. Yep, that's one. Yeah, I filmed that on my Instagram. That one's on my YouTube. That full video's there. I want to be completely honest with you guys, because if I'm not, how are you going to know what to do? How are you going to know what works? Because I'm going to tell you right now, manufacturers out there are not being completely honest. They're not being completely honest. If you've seen before and after pictures of like skincare companies, you can tell when things are doctored, right? You can tell when things are doctored. There's no miracle that's going to happen, you guys. There's lots of little miracles. There's lots of little things that you can do at home that make a giant impact in the long run, right? But even if you go in, short of facelift, and even if you go in for like a microneedling treatment, a radiofrequency microneedling treatment like Morpheus 8 or Secrets RF, and you spend all of this money at a place, at a dermatology office or a plastic surgeon's office, nothing is like, instant gratification. I'm back to being 25 years old. It doesn't work like that. So how can you put your best skin forward, doing everything in your power to at least give it the respect that it deserves, right? It is our biggest organ. It deserves respect. It's our only outward facing organ. So when I work one-on-one with somebody, I can tell a lot about what they're doing internally for their health by looking at their skin, because everything shows up in your skin. You don't believe me? Stop drinking for a couple months. See how much better your skin is. That's just one little way. If you have a food sensitivity and you give up that food sensitivity, you can automatically see that in your skin. If you're not sleeping enough, it shines through your skin. Why aren't we addressing this? Why aren't we addressing this as the organ that it is, right? Okay, let's see if there was any other questions. I hope you guys are having a great day. I love these lives. Christina Aguilera's sister. I will take that. I will take that. Okay, let's see. Sorry, sometimes it takes me a while to get through here. Okay, so tomorrow is going to be microneedling, and I'm going to microneedle my whole face. Again, it's strategic when I do this. So if you guys, hi Portugal, now I'm caught up, so now I can see them. So if I didn't answer you guys, if I missed a question, oh, my hair is looking kind of funky today. If I missed a question, just ask it now, because now I can kind of see where everything is. So I'm going to take a second, have a little sip of my coffee. This is my mushroom coffee. And I always do to break my fast. So I've been doing a 16-hour fast, and I always break my fast with a little mushroom coffee. Okay, I want to see what else it is that I was wanting to talk about. The goal is the health span. Remember, we're trying to create a positive feedback loop. So you know when's the easiest time to go to the gym? When you see a reflection of yourself in the mirror at the gym and you know you're killing it, right? You're toned, you feel good about yourself. That's so easy to step through the doors of a gym, right? Get yourself a cute little outfit on, and all of a sudden it's fun to work out because you've already made the progress. So what we want to create with skin is that we want to create that positive feedback loop, right? So what are we doing on our insides that make our skin shine? What are we doing to our skin that also helps us feel better about ourselves and changes what we do with the day? And then when we're feeling better about ourselves because our skin is looking better, that's that positive feedback loop, right? That's what keeps us on a schedule. That's what keeps us on a schedule. Just like if you're in a positive feedback loop about going to the gym, you like how your muscles are looking, you like the progress that you're making, you're getting positive reinforcement. That's the psychology behind why is it easier to go to the gym when you're fit. You're already seeing your reflection in the mirror. You're getting that positive reinforcement. If you're 20 pounds overweight, it's so freaking scary to step into a gym where you don't know what's going on and you don't feel good about yourself. Do you lose weight with fasting, or it's for health reasons? Both. If you're somebody that always has glucose readily available in your bloodstream, so you wake up in the morning, you've got breakfast, you have your snacks, you've got your lunch, you have your snacks, you have dinner, you want to have protein after you're in that mindset of having protein after you work out, you just constantly have glucose readily available in your bloodstream. What it does when you fast is it causes your body to reach into those fat cells and use fat for energy, right? So not only does it keep your body in a state of ketosis, but it also, any damaged proteins that we have in our bodies, specifically in our brains, it helps us to restructure those and use those for energy. So it's getting rid of those senescence cells, those zombie cells that are, really contribute to cardiovascular diseases, to Alzheimer's, dementia, Parkinson's, all of that stuff. We want to clean out all of those damaged proteins and utilize them, repackage them, use them for parts, and get energy from there. And we want our bodies reaching into our fat cells. So that's why I do intermittent fasting and why I've done intermittent fasting for 30 plus years. It does keep your system working really, really well. Hey, somebody just said, hey. It does keep your system working really, really well. So that's the goal, is how is your whole metabolic process functioning? Is it functioning like it did when it was in its 20s, when its metabolism was revving? The way to build up your metabolism is through weightlifting. It's through fasting. Somebody said, I fast every day, been working out, and I still gained weight. Wait, hold on. Could this be water weight? What is the best way to know if I'm actually losing body fat? Okay, I'm fasting, been working out, and I still gained weight. I want to know, first of all, if you were a client of mine, I would say, how old are you? When was the last time that you checked your hormones? And are you saying gaining weight like you're weighing yourself on the scale? Because that is the wrong thing to do. If you are somebody who is getting into weightlifting or working out and you have not done this in a long time, you are going to gain weight on the scale numerically. You could potentially. And the reason is because muscle weight is more than fat. If you were to put a pile of muscle and a pile of fat, the fat is going to take up a much larger area, but it's going to be lighter. So muscle is more dense and heavier, so you will shrink in size. You'll shrink in size, but you could weigh more. So I always tell my clients who are just starting out, hide your scale for at least 3 months. Stick it under your bed. Do not look at it when you're trying to lose weight. If you're trying to lose weight and you're incorporating fasting and weightlifting or exercise or whatever, do not look at your scale. That's not what you want to do. You can bring it out after 3 months and then weigh yourself and see, but it's really about how your genes fit, right? What does it feel like in your body? Are you feeling that your stomach is less bloated? Are you feeling that you have more energy? Are you feeling that your genes are sliding on a little bit easier? That's what we want to look at, not in terms of like this number on the scale. So if somebody is fasting and exercising and gaining weight, please do not be discouraged about that. That's when you want to think about the insides, right? Why are you exercising and losing weight? Or if you're only doing it for the outside, you could get discouraged before you start seeing progress. Exercise for the inside. Lose weight for the inside. Lose weight for how everything is going to function. Let the outside follow, right? That's the key. Let the outside follow, but do what's optimally healthy inside. And we all know what that is. It's just harder. It's easier to say it than it is to do it, right? We all know we're supposed to be exercising. After the age of 30, you're supposed to be lifting weights, long walks, high intensity interval training, sleeping 7 to 8, 9 hours a night. I track all my sleep on my Oura Ring. All of these things are super important. Eating organic, reducing your meat, right? So when you go to the gym or you have a goal of losing weight, the last thing you should be doing is weighing yourself every day. Okay, somebody said fasting is life-changing. What do you do for your beautiful hair, please? I did a whole live on hair. I appreciate the comment, but I've struggled with my hair for my whole life. Genetically, I have very, very fine, fragile hair, and I stress shed. So I did a whole live on hair loss in midlife. So if you want that link, I'll see what I can do about that because it's down in the feed a little bit. It's a 5-part series, you guys, I did on hair loss because there's lots of different reasons why we lose hair. Stress being one of them, hormones being another. There's a lot of different reasons. Circulation, mine is a circulation problem. So that's why red light therapy caps work well for me. And that's why oral, like I'm massaging my scalp right now. That's why oral minoxidil works well for me because now my hair looks crazy. Because oral minoxidil works to help increase circulation at the scalp. So that's my issue. It depends on what your issue is when it comes to hair loss. Is it stress? We need to address that in terms of stress reduction. I was getting 90s on the Oura Ring, then suddenly dropped to 70s, been trying to figure out the various factors. Yeah, that's happened to me. It's happened to me. It's funny because what you eat late at night can affect your sleep. And that's what I found. If my hormones are not optimal, because I am on bioidentical, somebody asked that earlier, I am on bioidentical hormone replacement therapy, which I suggest for any woman in their 30s and above to go and get your hormones tested because you need a baseline. And you need to be able to determine when those fall. When is it that you felt optimally like your hormones were great? that's when you need to get tested, because that's the levels that you're kind of striving for. But in terms of hair loss, if you DM me hair loss, I can try to find that in the feed. But it's really easy, you guys. If you just scroll down the feed, you'll see 5 live shows in a row, and they're each 15 minutes long, because I had trouble posting that to the feed afterwards because I went over an hour. So I had to divide them up into 15 minutes. So there's 5-part series on hair loss. And not only hair loss, what you can do in terms of different shampoos, in terms of red light therapy, in terms of oral minoxidil or oral finasteride. Those work on 2 different pathways for hair loss. So there's a lot on this channel, and it's not just only microneedling and Botox, you guys. It has to do with healthy aging, and the components of that are always going to be inside out and outside in. What are you doing to your outsides to help your mind feel okay about the process? You haven't thrown in the towel. What are you doing to not throw in the towel? Across the board on everything. Your sleep, right? So the person who just asked about the sleep score, my sleep score last night was, I think, 90, which was great, but I went to bed super late, so I had that little red, section on timing. But I have noticed, like, stress will affect my sleep. What I eat the night before will affect my sleep. If my hormones are not optimal, it will affect my sleep. All of that shows up in your skin. All of that shows up in your skin. So that's why we can't just ignore it, you guys. And I won't be shamed into not talking about skin, because it's important. It's freaking important. Somebody had a question here. Let me see. Okay, there's a whole chat going privately in the questions, which I'm not going to address because I'm not sure if they were exactly nice. Okay, let's see. I have 10 more minutes. Let's see if there was anything else I wanted. Can you apply estrogen topically to the face? No. No, you wouldn't want to do that. You don't have receptors in the face for that. If you have a topical estrogen, which you can't just like borrow your neighbor's, right? You need to make sure that you are under the care of a physician who is a hormone specialist, and your hormones have been tested, and this is what has been given to you. You want to aim for the thinnest skin that you have if you're doing a topical hormone replacement. So they normally will say the inside of your arms, right? This is very thin skin. By the way, I'm having Dr. Barbara Taylor, which she goes by Menopause Barbie. She's coming on the show. I think it's August 5th. Yes, I think it's August 5th. Dr. Barbara Taylor is going to be back on the show, and she is a hormone specialist. She's a retired OBGYN. She lives in Paris. She's got a whole YouTube channel devoted to menopause. Okay. All right. So I hope that helps. That's August 5th, you guys. But yeah, in terms of like the bioidentical hormones, if they're creams, you want to aim for the thinnest part of your skin, because they will get into that. Okay, I had advice for dark circles under eyes that are genetic. Oh, man. Okay, that sucks, because I have the genetic hair problem, so I know. Dark circles under eyes. So before I address what some options are, there's many causes for that. So yours is genetic. If it runs in your family, it's the color of your skin there, it's genetic, great. But if you've got dark circles under your eyes, there could be multiple reasons why this is happening. When we age, our skin thins. And so what you can be seeing is the anatomy underneath the skin. So it could be you're seeing the blood vessels, you're seeing that underlying anatomy, which could turn out blue, have a little blue tinge to a thinning under eye skin. Does that make sense, everybody? So when you're addressing that with a thinning of the skin, you want to thicken that skin up with microneedling and with retinoids. So those are the 2 things that can thicken the skin up. If it's something like you use Latisse, that can also darken. Latisse is like an eyelash growth serum. That's what I use. It can also darken the skin underneath. Then you can use like some of the more lightening some of the more lightening eye creams have like a niacinamide in them. They might have a little bit of a vitamin C in them. You could do a prescription strength hydroquinone under the eye, but you really need to be under a doctor's care, and you can only use it for a maximum of 4 months because it could literally cause more problems than it could solutions. Can you tell us one more time about how to subscribe and get the questions answered and how to book a one-on-one? So that's a good question. So the one-on-ones you can book in my linked tree, which is on my profile, or you can just DM me the word consult. If you DM me the word consult or coaching, I'll send you the calendar link. I'm booked up all of July. I have some openings starting mid-August. Thank you so much. You're beautiful too. I have some openings mid-August. So if you want coaching one-on-one, it's a lot that goes into what I do one-on-one, but I'm telling you, I can get a lot done in an hour. I spend an hour through Zoom with you, and then an additional probably hour making a protocol where everything is in an email so that you know not only what we've talked about, but what you should do now. What are my suggestions? What are some links? What are some different things that I'm suggesting that you do? So that's the one-on-one. You can also join the Instagram club, which is $4.99 a month. I know it seems ridiculous, but you guys should see my DMs. And there are often times when I've got 1,000 DMs and everybody's asking one question. So I always tell people, go on, just subscribe, ask me as many questions as you can, get all the microneedling demos that live on my subscription page, and then cancel after that, right? It's worth the $4.99. Trust me, just in the microneedling demos alone, for you to get used to using one of those devices, $4.99, you can't beat that. Okay, and then what else do I normally, I think it's like if you want I'm gonna talk about collagen tomorrow when I microneedle my face, because I always double up on my collagen. But if you want the link to my what research considers to be the best collagen on the market, you can DM me the word collagen. If you want this little weekly skincare protocol that has all the different gadgets and modalities that I use, which include microneedling, red light therapy, radio frequency, microcurrent, dry brushing, just DM me the word protocol and I'll get this for you. I do make you sign up for the newsletter. I'm sorry, but I give away so much stuff for free. So I give away so much stuff for free. So I want you guys, to sign up for the newsletter to get this. Let's see, all of a sudden okay. It's like all of the questions disappeared on me. Are you guys still there? Yeah, it looks like I'm still live. Okay. Okay, so let's see if there was anything else that I wanted to talk about. Yeah, I mean, as a 55-year-old gerontologist and healthy aging coach, I'm going to talk about all of that. I'm going to talk about how do we live longer and better, but also how do we look better? Because that's important. It's important. Not compared to everybody else. We're not talking plastic surgery here and like becoming somebody else, but for you, that guy is hacking. Okay, if you guys can do me a favor, because I don't have a pen here. If you notice anybody being inappropriate on this, please take down their handle for me really quickly. Send that to me in a DM so I can block them for next time, okay? Because I can't do it during this process, but I do have some people deliberately that follow me to criticize me. Imagine like that life. That makes me very sad for them. So we want to shine some love and light on them, but at the same time, we don't want them to take away from your experience here. So if you guys could take down their handle for me, and then I can block them from my whole account so you guys don't have to, nobody wants that negativity. This is not a negative channel. This is a channel where the goal is to open a conversation about aging and for us all to feel good about, I'm not bothered about the haters. Trust me, I'm not. But I don't want you guys to have to deal with that. So it's fine for me, but it's, negative is negative, and if you're faced with that, even in a scroll, I don't want that here. So I don't mind if you guys send me who needs to be blocked. I can totally do that. But just so you have a little bit of peace of mind, it's like water off a duck's back, honestly, because the number of people that criticize me publicly, there's so many people that I know I help privately, and I'm really proud of what I'm doing here. I know, it's kind of weird. I'm proud of what I'm doing here. There's a lot of education that went into this, and I hope that, not only am I helping you guys look and feel your best at every age, but, I might get you in with the skincare, but I hope I'm expanding your life. I hope I'm not only increasing the number of years on the planet, but those number of healthy years. And I hope that you're looking your absolute best while you're doing it, because it matters. There's a very few people that say, I don't care what I look like, and actually mean it. We're human beings. This is what we are, physical human beings. It does matter. And I don't mean like, comparing yourself to somebody else, but for you. What are you doing for yourself? What are you doing for yourself to really respect this one vessel that we have? And that vessel does include our outward appearance. What are you doing to help yourself feel more comfortable in your skin and presenting it to the world? Okay, somebody said there's always going to be someone miserable enough to want to rain on us. Not today, not ever. No, never. Okay, but that said, you guys, I do want to, when you see that on my main feed, when you see people that are haters on my main feed, please treat them with kid gloves, because I have found in the past that when I do that with kindness and really trying to come from a place of something's not right with this person, and something's just not right with somebody that does that. And that makes me sad for them. But it also, words are very powerful, and they might roll off of my back, but they might not roll off the next 50-plus-year-old woman doing what I'm doing. And so it's important that we not only say this is the wrong channel, and we let that water roll off the back, but also we don't throw a rock when somebody else is throwing a rock. I've always told my kids, when somebody throws a rock, throw a flower. It kind of surprises them, and they don't really know what to do. And that I have found to be true. There's a lot of people I had one person on my YouTube channel that was just after me. There wasn't anything that I could do or say, and they were just after me. And I finally wrote on my YouTube channel, I'm very, very aware that words have power. Very aware of that. And so I wrote a paragraph on my YouTube channel wishing them love and light, and hoping that that I was worried about them, and I hope that they were okay. And that person privately messaged me back and said, I'm so sorry for doing that, for saying that. I'm really scared right now because my mother is about to go into surgery, and went through this whole thing and started a dialogue. And so I always think, like, let's start there. Why are you bashing? What's going on with you that's causing you to reach out and try to put another woman down for her choices on how she's going to age? Like I said earlier, I'm aging as gracefully as I feel I can. I'm a freaking ballerina right now. And that's because I know I'm doing listen, I'm not obsessive about this, you guys. It's 30 minutes a day. It's just giving this outward appearance some respect. The skin, the respect that it deserves, the same as we would give our heart and our lungs and our bones. Right? This one is affecting our self-esteem. Let's give it a little bit of love, the love it deserves, and not be shamed into thinking that what we do on our outsides in terms of aging is our journey. It doesn't have to do with anybody else. So somebody can't criticize my journey because it's mine. It's mine. It doesn't have anything to do with what anybody says about it. This is what I'm finding results in. So we treat them with kid gloves, you guys, okay? There's something not at peace with them. And so we have to be very, very conscious about that. We don't want to hurt another human being, even when they throw a rock first. Okay, I want to see if there's anything else. Love what you're saying. I keep losing the feed. Oh, I'm so sorry. Well, you know what? This is going to be posted to the main feed afterwards. My Saturday lives are always posted to my main feed. And then my Sunday lives, which tend to be demos. So I'll be here tomorrow. I'm going to microneedle my whole face. Guys, my baby girl's getting married in 3 weeks. Is it 3 weeks? Oh my God, it's 3 weeks. My baby girl is getting married in 3 weeks. And so now it's the last time I could probably microneedle my face prior to the wedding. So I'm going to be microneedling live tomorrow, 11 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. And I'm going to go over like, how do we do this? How do you have these kind of treatments at home to where you can do 30 minutes of skincare a day and that's it? Okay, so somebody just asked, can I send the schedule? DM me the word protocol, okay? Just in my DMs, just the word protocol. And what will happen is it will automatically have you sign up for the newsletter. Please do that, you guys, because listen, you can always put the newsletter in your junk mail or whatever, but it'll have you sign up for the newsletter. Make sure you check your spam because it is automated. So I want to make sure that you get those weekly newsletters. The newsletters come out on Tuesday. The reason why I do the newsletter is so that you guys aren't having to frantically write down notes during this live, right? There's things when I'm microneedling or I'm doing things like that, all of that stuff goes into the newsletter along with a replay of the live and any links of anything that I've talked about. So if you want the protocol, this is the weekly protocol that has all the gadgets in there and how do I fit it all in. DM me the word protocol, right? And if you want the microneedling protocol, I don't think I brought it down. I didn't. If you want the microneedling protocol that tells you the links, you guys, somebody write down that person's name, right? Check it 7 point. Okay, somebody, I don't have a pen. Oh, maybe I do. Because we don't, come on. If you want the microneedling protocol that tells you the links of the needles and how the cartridges are and how many passes I do and what technique, then you DM me microneedling protocol. So this is protocol. The microneedling protocol is the links of the needles. That's microneedling protocol. And if you have that and you have a device, you can microneedle in real time with me tomorrow. Yay! Okay, let's see if there was some other question about, I'm going to scroll back. This is where it gets a little hectic. Does red light at the salons cause hyperpigmentation in fair-skinned freckled people? Red light does not have anything to do with hyperpigmentation. In fact, it evens out skin tone. The things that you have to be careful of if you have hyperpigmentation is heat. So on this, I have a radio frequency. Radio frequency heats the dermis between 40 and 42 degrees Celsius. If you have melasma or hyperpigmentation and you're heating the dermis, you could potentially make that worse. Not always, but potentially, which is why I always say spot treatment. But the red light does not cause any hyperpigmentation. In fact, it helps with circulation, which is why it helps with hair growth. It helps with fine lines and wrinkles. It helps like on a mitochondrial level with the energy of the cell. Red light therapy helps. So let's see if there was anything else. So it will not cause hyperpigmentation. It will actually help. Sunscreen, sunscreen, sunscreen. You guys, if you have hyperpigmentation, schedules every Saturday and Sunday at 11. Yes, that's true. Red light gets hot. If red light in the salon gets hot, that is not red light therapy. There is no heat involved in the red light wavelength. So I would question that and I would say no to that. If it heats up, if red light heats up like that, it's something else is happening in addition to the red light. So I wouldn't necessarily do that. If it's a hair salon and it's only on your head, yes. But if it's heating up, the red light is heating up your skin and you have hyperpigmentation or melasma, First of all, I'd check that device because a red light therapy device needs to be between, 630 and 680 nanometers of red light and about 800 to 880 nanometers of near infrared. Those are the therapeutic. I just got the platinum LED set up. Yay! Okay, that's awesome. That is awesome. I love that. That's that big panel. So if anybody is interested in the red light therapy panel, just DM me red light panel the mask, like there's a lot going on, but let me know specifically because I've got the red light therapy cap, the mask, the gloves, the full body panel. Red light therapy is where it's at, you guys. If you could only buy one of these devices, if you could only buy one in terms of healthy aging, inside out, outside in, it's red light therapy, because red light therapy is healthy aging at a cellular level, and it also addresses the epidermis on the outside. Okay, I think that's it. Yay. Oh my God. I don't know what's everyone's talking. Okay. It was really good to see you guys. Full body panel. Okay, so don't put it here. DM me after I close this. DM me full body panel. I'll send you that link. I'm going to see you guys tomorrow, 11 a.m. I'm going to microneedle my whole face, and I'll see you guys then, okay? Mwah. Have a great rest of your day.